Now, we all have a certain group of games that we absolutely loved as a kid that we look back on and wish, wow, I wish I had that now. And some of these games are really hard to get your hands on, especially if they're fairly old. Like, if you want to play like an N64 game, and I understand they have like virtual console and whatnot, but if you want to get that actual feeling, you gotta go buy an N64, find it somewhere, and then find the cartridges, which isn't easy. And if you want a GameCube game, it's even harder. And PS1, PS2 games, forget it, because then you have to go out and buy, because these aren't digital, especially the PS1 and PS2 games. You got to go back, buy a PS1, buy a PS2, and buy the actual fucking disc and memory cards and all that other shit, controllers, and it's a real hassle. And a lot of times these video games turn out to be not what we remembered. Now, as a kid, I absolutely loved racing games. Definitely I understand that they're kind of like horror movies and they've been ran into the fucking ground. Because I honestly think that racing games nowadays suck. But I want to talk about 3 games from my childhood that I went back and played in the last week that I absolutely adore and enjoyed the mess out of. They're all from the same genre, even the same franchise, and that's the Need for Speed. I played Need for Speed Underground 2, Need for Speed Carbon, and Need for Speed Most Wanted. Now, I understand that most people think Need for Speed Most Wanted is like the best out of these 3, but I love Underground 2, just the soundtrack, the memories and nostalgia I have just for the soundtrack and putting fucking body kits on my car and whatnot. Man, it just brings me back. And playing these games, they were perfect. Like a week ago, they were perfect. Nothing wrong with them. I enjoyed the absolute fucking mess out of them. It's not like I remembered them a certain way and I came back and I was like, oh, they were not nearly as good as I remember. They were everything and more. I fucking just sat there on the customization screen of Underground 2 and just sat there and listened to music. Like for like an hour straight, and I'm like, man, this is fucking awesome. And you can't really do that nowadays. Now, I understand it takes time to build up nostalgia for a game. And I'm not really, I have nostalgia, don't get me wrong. But my favorite video game ever is Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, and I played that 2 years ago now. Like, I played that 2 years ago, and I can look past nostalgia on every other game and look at that game like that's the best game ever made. And I don't have any nostalgia for it. But these games, they're amazing. And not only that, but they're amazing in comparison to what Need for Speed has put out nowadays. Racing games are fucking horrible nowadays. They are like pseudo realistic. Like every company, like Forza, I don't know if Burnout Paradise. I know that I thought Need for Speed, they were put out by the same company that made Burnout Paradise for a while. They all suck. Need for Speed sucks nowadays. I mean, Need for Speed Heat looks okay. Forza's garbage because they're fucking so pseudo realistic. It's fucking embarrassing. They suck to play. It's like if I wanted to feel what it felt like to drive a car, I will go outside, put the keys in the ignition, and get to it. But I want to sit down. I want to have an arcadey ass racing game, and just have a load of fun customizing my vehicle. I mean, a lot of these games nowadays, they don't even have. You can't even put a damn body kit on your car. That sucks, dude. As a kid, my absolute favorite thing about video games is just customizing my vehicle. Still to this day, I can't play a video game or a racing game rather if it does not have customization. I legitimately can't. It's just fucking boring. Like that's such a huge mechanic to have in a game. And these games are just ran into the ground nowadays. I can't remember. I bought Need for Speed Rivals, and I've actually uploaded it on the channel a couple times. That was only whenever Call of Duty wasn't working or like I was updating it. I just played it and I, posted it a couple times. I never made the video about the game. I think it was Need for Speed Rivals, and it was a fucking letdown. Just a downright letdown. I never enjoyed a single second of playing it. And I think I would consider that one of the better installments of the recent Need for Speed series. Need for Speed Reboot looks like dog shit. The Most Wanted reboot looks like dog shit. The only game that looks decent is Need for Speed Heat. And I don't care about having supercars or hypercars. Back in Underground 2, I was driving around an Escalade, a pimped out Escalade with spinners and hydraulics, a Toyota Corolla. And now, I'd much rather have that than some Pagani Zonda or whatever the fuck they're called. I really don't care about that. I need some arcadey ass racing, a nice free roam, and some awesome customization, and then a good score, good soundtrack. Not no fucking pseudo realistic. I touch a guardrail and my car gets fucking totaled. Does 1,500 flips and my controller vibrates like some clit stimulator. Like, I really don't need that shit. And I don't know, man. It sucks because as a kid, racing games were by far my favorite series to play. My favorite genre of video games. I played the shit out of them. Played all of them. Midnight Club. I think there's like a Ford racing game that I even had as a kid. I think it really sucked, actually. Need for Speed, obviously. You know, Burnout Paradise was super fun, even though there's been a fuckload of customization. Now we have games like Dirt and the new Need for Speed, and they are just, I mean, absolute. There's no one talks about racing games anymore. No one gives a fuck about them, which sucks. I love these games as a kid. I had them on GameCube, and I think I had them on PS2 as well. And I'm just gonna go back and play a load of them. Like I said, I beat those 3. Now I'm gonna go back and play the original Underground because I got some fond memories of that first race in that white and red car. I got some fond ass memories of that. And if I had to say one thing that disappointed me with the game, is in Need for Speed Carbon, the world just kind of is low-key kind of shitty. Like, it's not horrible or anything. It's just, I mean, when you're driving around Underground 2 and you're looking for those lights, there's like lights that kind of hint that there's a body shop or a garage or car lot nearby. I fucking love that. Now, I understand you don't have cop chases or cop chases in that game. I don't know what the fuck to call it. Like you do in Need for Speed Carbon, that may be, you know, a hindrance. But, I mean, the world in Need for Speed Carbon is just, I just found myself jumping from race to race. But I want to revisit for some more racing games. Another game that I absolutely love that I'm going to go back and play is aggressive inline skating. Buddy, fuck Tony Hawk, fuck Skate, the best skating game ever. I understand it's rollerblading, but aggressive inline, if you don't know what that is, check that out. And then maybe some like Ratchet and Clanks, and I just beat the trilogy and the new Crash Bandicoot, so cross that off my list. Anyways, if you guys have some extremely nostalgic games that you guys really want to play, and this video made you think of some of them, leave that in the comments, and I'll see you all later.